So good evening. Today we can start a new topic regarding diseases of pomegranate. Okay. Already we have discussed some aspects regarding some of the diseases of pomegranate. Okay. We can discuss one by one. Already we have discussed regarding wilt complex. It is caused by two fungi and four nematodes and one association of insect. Already we have discussed regarding causal agent, symptoms and management aspect of wilt. And see the list of diseases. Bacterial blight stands the number one disease caused by the bacteria Xanthomonas acinopodis Petavar punicae. And second most is at present, wilt is becoming second most important one. So it is caused by two fungi, Ceratocystis pimbreata and Rhizobium axisporum. And out of four nematode species, Merodactyla incomata stands first. So I have listed only one nematode. And in association with Chatwolbora or Ambrosia beetle, that is the Geloborus pernicatus. And third most important one is the anthracnose. It is caused by Colitotrichum gliosporides. Okay, na? And next are the small, minor important diseases, leaf spots and fruit rats are fruit spots. I know those are caused by Alternaria, Cercospora, Phytophthora, and Aspergillus disease. We can deal only the major diseases. See here, bacterial blight disease. It is the most important disease. It stands the number one disease in India. Not only in India, wherever the crop is there, it is present in everywhere, almost all countries. Okay. So before it is caused by Xanthomonas acinopodis Petavar punicae. So first it was reported by Hingorani and Mehta during 1952. See the history, 1952. When we got independence, 1947. That time itself only this disease is reported as a minor one. As a minor one. From Delhi it was reported. So at present, this disease is a severe, especially it is a severe in the as a state-wise Karnataka, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Gujarat, some of the parts of Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh. I think it accounts as a range 40 to 70% of the yield loss. Okay, and coming to the symptomatology, just I will highlight here. We can see afterwards in a symptom by photographically. See the first point you have to remember. There is a dark colored irregular water soaked lesion or eyelid spots. This is the most important. This is a peculiar identification of the bacterial blight on leaves, eyelid spots. Okay, you have to remember eyelid spots. Due to this eyelid spots itself only, it is calling as the thylaid disease. Why it is calling as a thylaid disease? You have to remember due to production of eyelid spots on leaves, it is calling as the thylia. Okay, and those spots measure 2 to 5 mm in diameter. Remember 2 to 5 mm diameter. And afterwards, leaves are often distorted or malformed or premature defoliation. See the impact. So you want premature is there premature defoliation. Afterwards, those all those spots coalesce and cause the blightening. That is the blightening. And coming to the fruits, raised spots, irregular shape. And coming to twig sign nodes, these are the important ones. Twig sign nodes, those cause blight, nodal blight, twig blight. Okay, and crackling, especially fruit star shape, especially you can see here. See the photography, eyelid spots. Initially 3 to 5 mm diameter. So starts with the water soaked irregular spots. See here, irregular ones. It is highly shiny, glossy appearance. Due to this one only, it is calling as a thylaid disease. Okay. Afterwards, these are becoming dark brown colors surrounded by yellow halo. See here, dark brown with a surrounded by yellow halo. Afterwards, few days, dark brown with a yellow halo. And after few days, those parts coalesce one together. See here, joining one together. And after joining, in severe cases, it looks like a blighted or burnt appearance in severe cases. Okay. And coming to nodal blight, see here, nodal blight, twig blight. It means it causes the twig nodal blighting. It means it penetrates the deeper portion of the twig and nodal. See here, splitting of the twigs due to nodal blight. This one is the splitting, okay? And coming to the fruit spots. See here, the eye leaf spots are how it looks like shiny or glassy appearance or eye leaf spots on fruits initial stage. How to differentiate the initial symptoms of anthracnose and as well as bacterial blight. Bacterial blight, it initially it looks like highly or shiny or glassy and mid place of the midrib portion of the fruits. But anthracnose starts from the at the lower portion, whatever we are calling here arches, it starts here. Okay. And coming to the fruit cracking, in severe cases, the fruit cracks in a star shape or Y shape, L shape. See the differences: star, Y, L, X shape. These are the different types of fruit cracking. It is in the severe cases. See here. So in severe cases after cracking, it welcomes the secondary infection by secondary pathogen profiles. See the star shaped fruit cracking. Okay, this is star shaped fruit cracking. And coming to the epidermolysis, this is the most important. Epidermolysis. There are three types of seasons for growing up the pomegranate: Ambebar, Mugabar, Hastabar. Hastabar is the majorly recommended for taking the crops. Means summer season. There is a why it is recommended means there is a low inoculum density in summer time. Inoculum density is lower. So Murugbar and Ambebar, it is a winter and summer rainy season. That time relative humidity 35 to 80%. Okay, temperature it is like a optimum 25 to 30 degrees Celsius with the free water on surface to initiate the disease, especially as leaves or twig or nodal or fruits. If there is a presence of small film of water with a cloudy weather, with a warm condition, warm wet condition, with that initiate with the every small shower of the rain initiate the infection. Okay, so it at least in after every rainy or even warm condition to widespread in very severe condition. And coming to the primary source and secondary source. Primary source means infected plant material. Commonly, you know that one. Whatever the affected plant material it takes as a sealing or material, it can transfer from that. Okay, and infected plant debris. And secondary spread is the wind. See here, this is a major one. Wind is the secondary material. And rain classes, rainfall, runoff water, and contaminated tools, whatever the tools are used by agricultural farmers or workers, and insects also some of them. See this is the colonia, mucoid colonies or yellow colored colonies of the Xanthomonas in unnutrient agar media. Okay, how to manage the disease? If there is a very lower spacing between the crop means plants means it can easily transfer by one of the branches contacting the infected to healthy ones. So you have to use the proper spacing, that is 4.5 to 3 meter distance, and use disease-free planting material. That is the most important. Okay, use the disease-free planting material. That is the most important, and followed by affected leaves, stems, fruits should be removed and burned. This is the major because it acts as a secondary source for inoculum. And next, enrich the soil with the organics and bioagents. Those can kill the whatever the pathogen propagules present in debris. And first year bearing flowers should be removed because the crop is not yet ready. If you are going to take the fruit, means it easily assassinate or become susceptible. So one crop per year, that is Hastabar, what I have told, September to October. This is the most preferred one, or Ambebar, January to February. But Brugbar is the most susceptible. Hastabar means you have to take the pruning at the time of April, May, that is the best one, or June. So if you are take this pruning, you will get the crop in September, October. Okay, and before pruning, you have to spray 1% Borax mixture to reduce the leaf infection. Okay, and after that pruning knife or secateurs should be disinfect after every cutting by dipping in a sodium hypochlorite for 25 ml liter of solution, 25 ml per liter of solution. It kills the pathogen propagules. Okay, every cut one. And after pruning, paste the stem with a streptocycline 0.5 gram liter or a bromopol or plus copper oxychloride 2 gram per liter or red oxide or red soil 200 gram. It means whatever the pathogen propagules present in a soil region around the root region, it can inhibit that one. And after that, you can take the sprays, that is at least 5 to 6 sprays in a 10 days interval. Remember, 5 to 6 sprays in a 10 days interval. Streptocycline or bromopol at 0.5 gram plus copper oxychloride 2 gram per liter. That is the best one. Okay. And also you have to give the immunity booster. Those are micronutrients. Immunity boosters means immediately after spraying of the antibiotics. Those are zinc, boron, calcium, and magnesium. Okay, this much about bacterial blight. Okay, and next coming to the next, this is anthracnose. It is caused by Qualitotrichum gliosporide. It is a fungi. Okay, na? And it produces the fruiting body, that is the acerola, black corky appearance, which indicates it. So it is a acerola. And the peculiar symptom of the anthracnose is deep sunken or cup-like brown necrotic depressed spot. That is the major one on fruit, especially sunken brown necrotic depressed spot. And finally, it causes the rotting of the fruit. Okay. Initially, you can see here water soaked lesions on leaves, flower, or fruits. These are the water soaked circular spots or irregular spots in later size. And afterwards, see the sunken depressed lesion. Okay, na? This one is the sunken depressed lesion. And afterwards, this is a severe cases. It one also can cause the cracking of the fruits, but not in a different shapes. Whatever the bacterial causes. See here, depressed one. Okay, see this is a symptom, on fruits. It see there, depressed one on fruits, and also acerola production, small black dots are there, no? Whatever that one. And even fruit cracking also it causes. And coming to the next disease cycle, primary source of inoculum is the pathogen survives on infected plant debris. Remember, pathogen survives on infected plant debris, and secondary by spread by airborne conidia. Okay, na? And temperature, that is optimal 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 70 to 90%. This much regarding this one. There is a specific chemical for management of anthracnose. In Kannada, it is calling as attack rog. So specific chemical for this one is a difenoconazole or score 1 ml per liter of the water. You have to take 1 or 2 spray by difenoconazole means suddenly it stop the anthracnose. And we can see the remaining whatever the practice are orchard sanitation. Remove all infected debris. That is okay. And spray in whatever spray difenoconazole first stands and next mancozeb, carbonism, propiconazole. Okay, and stop. This much regarding management. See here, acerola, how it looks like. These are the setae, and it is a dumbbell shaped conidia, and in conidia, oil globules, 2 oil globules are present. Okay, na? And coming to wilt complex disease. Wilt complex is caused by Ceratocystis, whatever we have discussed in last class. Okay, Ceratocystis fimbriata. Just I will highlight this one. Ceratocystis fimbriata, Fusarium axisporum, and four nematodes are there. Out of 4, Meladogona incognita stands the first. That is the major one. It causes the galling and reduced root system. Galling, reduced root system, and in young seedlings, that is stunted growth, yellowing of the leaves, and reduced the photosynthetic activity. This is the impact of the root knot nematode and Sattwell borer association. That is a entomological one. Coming to the historical importance of the disease, it is a controversy between pathology and entomology. Okay, initially the entomologist claiming as it is due to Sattwell borer, and after see here first we can see the history. See here in Karnataka, Maharashtra, first seen in 1978, Nasik district of Maharashtra. From 1978 it started, and 1988 after 10 years in first time in Karnataka it is reported in Bagalkot. Okay, and after that in 1993 it's widespread in almost all Karnataka pomegranate growing areas. Okay, just see the highlights of symptom: yellowing of leaves, twigs, and wilting of whole plant, longitudinal splitting of the stem. This is a major one. and grayish vascular discoloration, bluish patches on bark, galls on secondary and tertiary roots, pinholes on the external internal surface. That is a common one. Okay. See here, if there is a infection due to Ceratocystis fimbriata and nematode or fusarium, so it starts initially with a one branch is yellowing. See here, one branch yellowing. After 15 to 20 days, another branch yellowing. So like that, it complete wilting, it takes place 3 to 4 months at least for complete that one. And another branches wilting, and after that another branches and whole plant wilting. See here, after split open up the longitudinal split open up the vascular system, you can see the brown discoloration. This is the brown discoloration or gray discoloration. Okay, this is the vascular discoloration. See the galling for the secondary and tertiary system. This is a Meldogana, and this is the egg sac of the Meldogana. This is a Gyloborus pernicatus and chat hole or pinholes caused by Gyloborus. Okay. Coming to the disease cycle, this is a major important how the pathogen survives, especially survives in a soil with a Conidia or perithecium. It looks like onion, what we discussed, onion bulbous face with a long neck, long beak. That is in soil debris or infected stalks or plant debris. And disease is more severe in black soil or ill drained soil. We have discussed that one already. Okay. And spread from tree to another tree by irrigation, runoff water, agriculture implements, and road contact. Okay. Coming to management, whatever the already we have discussed, proper spacing 4 by 3 meter and maintain proper drainage, drip irrigation. That is the best one. Best suited soil for this one is the sandy loam soil. It can easily avoid nematode infection as well as fungal infection. And use the healthy planting material. How to identify or how to identify the it is infected by wilt pathogens or not, especially fungi. If there is a presence of blue patches on barks, young barks, it is infected by pathogen. That's why you have for nematode management, you have to apply carbofuran or forate 20 gram per tree. And if there is an infection due to in severe cases, you can use 8-liter solution of the 3 chemicals, propiconazole 2 ml per liter 1 ml and chlorpyrifos 4 ml per liter and 5 gram of boron. So these 3 mixture you can use 8 liter of solution to one plant, and also surrounded plants you have to drench at least 3 to 4 times. And coming to Alternaria fruit spot. Alternaria fruit spot is caused by Alternaria alternata. Just I will highlight minor disease. It is a reddish brown circular spot. Okay, that is you have to remember. The main things I will not explain. And best one chemical is the Ditherium fortifier or cap top. It is enough for this one. And coming to leaf spot or fruit spot, that is a Phytophthora nicotianae. Round black spots on the fruit. Round black spots. You have to remember. And also it causes the whole odor or rotting. That is the Phytophthora. How to differentiate Alternaria and Phytophthora. Okay. See here, Phytophthora. Infection, rotting, and all those things. Okay, Aspergillus. So management this was used for Davestin, Ditherium fortified, Ditherium Z75 at least 2 to 3 spray 10 to 15 days. This much regarding pomegranate diseases. Okay, and also so we can stop here.